Ducks' habits are very much related to water. If they don't have access to water, they'll exhibit abnormal behavior. Any animal kept in a very small lattice cage will be under great physical and psychological stress and be vulnerable to injury. So needless to say, ducks, which need water very much, would be the same. The ducks raised in Taiwan are brown ducks, which are very sensitive animals. When we go to the farms, we can see they're in bad shape. They're very restless and keep moving. Their feathers are very dirty and clumpy, and they have many red and swollen wounds on their bodies. It's because in the cages, they don't have access to water and cannot wash themselves. Some of their feet are bleeding or infected. We've asked some farmers, and they said the death rate for ducks raised in cages is as high as 5 times more than the death rate of ducks not raised in cages. So this kind of method of raising ducks is very bad for animals. The size of the cages is only about the size of a piece of A4 paper. And when 2 or 3 ducks are stuffed inside such a small space, they don't even have room to spread their wings. Even though this new law only bans battery cages for new farms, we know that when existing farms apply for expansions or renewal of their license, they will have to meet the qualifications of this new law. As a result, some will be phased out. Whether egg-laying ducks or chickens, the main reason animals are kept in such conditions is to make it easier for the farmer to manage the animals and collect their eggs. The rows of cages are slightly sloped so that the eggs roll down the trough after they're laid. But we saw many farmers use other ways to get the eggs. They didn't have to use lattice cages. The problem of lattice cages is most serious with egg-laying chickens, and pushing for change in this industry will be difficult. In Taiwan, 85 to 90% of farmers are still raising egg-laying chickens in lattice cages, and that's why it's hard to get rid of them. From 2016 to now, we've worked really hard on this problem. We've continued to persuade and educate companies about lattice cages and lobbied the government. But because there are many farmers involved in this practice, the government can only use incentives to get them to use a different way to raise the animals and to collect eggs. Of course, this is a trend, and many companies are starting to follow this trend. At the moment, there isn't a clear method or decision. Actually, many companies already have policies, but we need more time for them to change. We are trying to get farmers to stop using lattice cages, not only in Taiwan, but also in other countries from which we import eggs.